Hello everyone, and welcome back to another TCC video. Today I'm doing maybe the most expensive opening for myself that I've done so far. So these are 6 packs of Team Rocket Returns from the EX Ruby Sapphire series. Now these were some of the least printed Pokemon card sets out there, the ones from the Ruby Sapphire series, like Crystal Guardians, Dragon Frontiers, and Team Rocket Returns. Now these booster packs are like $600 a piece right now, and probably in a few years we're going to look back and think that that's kind of cheap. And I really like Team Rocket. They're my favorite bad guys, which is why I'm so interested in Team Rocket Returns. But I never opened these as a kid or teenager. I would have been a little older by then when they came out. However, I opened a ton of the original Team Rocket packs. So now as an adult, I'm getting back into Pokemon, and I'm kind of enjoying a new Team Rocket set, but it's costing me all my money. So here's some lovely Team Rocket slabs in the background. You can see, actually I noticed this one. I think this is exclusively Japanese. Team Rocket Celebi. So we have these just to show off in the background for fun. Now, I bought this from a guy who claimed they were unweighed. I don't know how much I believe that. He was just a stranger. Let's see how they do. We're going to go ahead and figure out the weight of each pack. Are you ready? So let's see. Let's turn this on. We've got our little weighing machine. Pack number 1, hold your breath. So pack number 1 is 17.68. Pack number 2, 17.41. I'd say that's a pretty big difference, wouldn't you? Pack number 3, 17.48. I'm going to put that in the light pile. 17.46, probably light. 17.69, that could be heavy maybe. And 17.74. So that might be the only heavy pack. There could be 3 heavy packs, I doubt it. And these 3 over here are very likely light. Light, question mark, maybe heavy. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. The question I have is whether or not I should open the light packs. I could send them off to grade and let them get older and more valuable. That's a more conservative way to sort of invest in Pokemon cards. So these packs, which probably have no chance at a holographic or EX or whatever, if we were to simply send these off to grade as booster packs, they would get encased or encapsulated by PSA. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. They would get encapsulated, and then over time, people will continue to open Team Rocket Returns, guys like me, and these will go up in value over time as graded product. Including these, by the way, if these are light as well. I actually have a hard time believing we got 3 heavies, so I'm going to guess it's much more likely we got 1 heavy out of 6 packs, because that sounds a lot more like what somebody would do when they go to sell their packs online. Yeah, again, I find it hard to believe he didn't just weigh the packs, especially when they're costing like $600 a piece. However, I think we can bet that this is probably a heavy. You know, I haven't done a lot of weighing on the Team Rocket packs. These are like the most I've ever had in my hands at the same time. Let's see what happens. If you guys enjoy content like this, I hope you'll consider subscribing and following. I'll make more content like this, I promise. You guys know that. People ask me why I don't open cards for myself in the live streams. Like, I do open cards for myself. I do, but it's really, really, really expensive stuff. Okay. Starting out with the Houndour. There's that crease in the middle that you always expect to see. Houndour. Now, by the way, the best pulls we can get out of here are the Gold Star, Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic. And if we were to get one of those, that would be really wild, especially if it graded 10. I mean, all your money would be made back instantly. So, and by the way, these non-holo rares, I noticed people are starting to grade them. Like, here's the Psyduck. He's probably pretty cool. I like the Cubone a lot. Here's Larvitar, Zubat. All right, this might be the reverse holo. Reverse holo Onyx, looking very nice. And that is a heavy pack. That's holographic Togetic, and he looks really nice. So let's go ahead and sleeve up the Onyx. Togetic holo, huh? Well, Togetic at least is a nice Pokemon. Here we are, Togetic. So that was a heavy pack. We have Dark Houndoom and Dark Dragonair as well for the uncommons. Okay, I say we take a minute and we go ahead and sleeve up all these, actually. These booster packs are so expensive. These will all be graded, even the non-holos. Togetic, huh? I think Togetic is a pretty low pop card. I think Onix is a decent pull as well. There's some Pokemon in the set that really aren't that good, like maybe one of the worst is Rattata, or, you know, it could have been a holographic trainer maybe. I think a holographic trainer would technically be worse than Rattata, but maybe it depends on the population for that as well. There are actually some 10s that have never been pulled. You know, I should have, or never been graded. I should have created a list of the 10s that we were hoping for. Here we are. So let's grab this Larvitar, because I would love to have a Pop 1 EX Team Rocket Returns card. Here we are, Togetic. Nah, that's not a 10. That's a 9. Bummer. Shows you, even when you pull a card, a nice card out of a booster pack, it then also has to grade 10. So the Onix immediately looks thin on this right side. However, PSA will sometimes let you get away with that. Any white dots on the back? Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty close, guys. That looks a bit like a white dot to me. I'm going to guess that both of these are 9s. And that booster pack would have been, therefore, a loss. So a 9 Onix and 9 Togetic. I don't think I'll break even on that. Maybe with all the other common uncommons, I will. If they happen to turn the Onix into a weak 10, then we will be fine. The weak Onix will then pay for most of the cost of the pack. But I would call that a weak 10 for sure. If they did grade that 10, it's that white dot on the upper right-hand corner. Doesn't look too good. Bit off-center on the front. I don't think it's off-center enough that they wouldn't give it a shot. The Togetic, yeah, I mean, they could potentially give this a 10 as well. Does it have a print line? It seems to have a diagonal print line. Let me take another look at that. No, it does not. That must have been the card grader itself. Okay, cool. So we'll place that over there. No Mudkip, no Torchic. I would love to get the Torchic 10. Wouldn't that be wild? If that happened, that would be insane. But, you know, very likely these came out of like a booster box where those Pokemon have already been pulled, and or they've already determined that they're, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why somebody would just give out heavy booster packs of Team Rocket Returns at $600 a piece. So let's see. Now, these were the 2 packs. We weren't sure if they were heavy or not. I'd love to keep the booster pack in better shape here than we did on the first one. Except I can't grip it. Oh, there we go. It's crazy how careful we are with these foils when you've got modern foils that you just tear right through like they don't matter. But this might sell for maybe 15 bucks, the empty pack. All right, there we go. Remoraid. Is Remoraid one of the Pokemon where there's not enough, there's not even 1/10 of the population? It's something, I don't remember what it is. We'll look it up maybe in this video. Here's Ladybug. Swinub. Houndour, I really like this. I think I have that in a 10. Wooper. Now, this should be the reverse holo. Oh, very good. It's one of these uncommons. What do we got? Nice. Dark Gyarados is actually a fantastic pull. He is looking a little thinner on the right side. And Dark Marowak holo as well. So that is a heavy pack, and we might have 3 heavy packs, which is actually a really lucky deal. Maybe he was just an amateur guy selling unweighed packs. Really bizarre, huh? And that looks like it will have a shot at a 10. It's going to come down to the off-centering on the front. It is a bit thinner on this corner compared to that corner. Yeah, I don't know. It's so close. Once again, it's too close to call. The corners and the edges on the back actually look nice on this card. Too close to call, but I would say he is right on the edge between a 9 and a 10 from that off-centering. Maybe they'll consider the 10 just because of how low pop it is, but take a look. Corners and edges look clean on that Dark Gyarados. I'm very pleased with that. That's actually a great pull. And that card alone, if it grades 10, would pay for most of this booster pack. Now, we also have Holo Dark Marowak, and he is looking pretty clean on the front. Check him for print lines. Yeah, he looks really clean. Now for the back. God darn. Yeah, we got a pretty clear white dot there, so he will be no better than a 9. He's a card I needed, so which is why I was so excited. Actually, I think I've already got one of the Dark Gyarados, so I don't need him as much. The Dark Marowak 10 would have been nice. All right. So far, once again, no trainers. I won't complain. Those last 2 packs have actually been worth opening. Here's Seadrill. Here's Rocket's Mission. Okay, Rocket's Mission. Here's Whooper. He's pretty solid, right? Rocket's Whooper. Here's Houndour. Now, see, when they're not dark something, are they really a Rocket card? Do they belong to Team Rocket, or is it just a Pokemon in that particular set? Here's Swinub. Here's a Ladybug. And Remoraid, he turns into an octopus later in life. That doesn't make sense. Okay, cool. And there's the Mewtwo artwork. Yeah, I don't know what this would sell as, or sell for, but I think I've seen empty foil packs sell for as much as like $15. All right, one more. We might have a third heavy pack, maybe, because these all weighed roughly in the same range, and the remaining 3 would be light. Now, if this is heavy, this is really good if this is heavy. This is actually better than average, better than, well, see, and I don't even know how many heavy packs would come in a box of Team Rocket Returns. Maybe it would be like, if there's 36 packs, maybe it's half and half for Team Rocket Returns. But if it was an old WotC set, there would be 12 holos per box, 1 in 3. So I don't know how well we're doing here because I've never actually opened a box of Team Rocket Returns. I saw one for sale for like $53,000. Oh, my light going out there. $53,000. We're going to tear this a little bit too. There we go. I don't actually like how cleanly this pack tore. I wouldn't want somebody to reuse this for a resealed pack. You know what I mean? I like it when the pack has a little more tearing to it. I do worry about that. So here we go. We've got Spinarak. Oh, one of my favorite Pokemons from this set, Coughing. He looks really good here. Really expressive. Ooh, Dratini, Remoraid, Larvitar. Can we keep getting some good luck? Okay, Reverse Holo Grimer. His artwork's pretty cool in this one. Kind of makes me think of like Alice in Wonderland, the smiling cat a little bit. And we tilt it right, and you can fully see him. Now, will this be heavy? Oh, it's Dark Electrode. It is heavy, so we got 3 heavy packs out of this opening. However, despite that, we didn't pull anything too crazy. Let's take a look at the... Okay, so the Dark Grimer has a shot, I'd say, at being a 10, just like the Dark Gyarados, with being a bit off-center in the front on the right side. So, and these are appearing to all come out of the same box. So I would say that it likely did come from a box where they might have already pulled the Torchic or something like that, and they said, we'll just get rid of the rest of the packs as unweighed, who cares? That's my guess. Here's the Dark Electrode. I don't think I have a regular holo Dark Electrode in my collection. Let's just look at the back. He has a shot, but you know, he's pretty off-center in the back. He's pretty off-center in the back. But you know, the front looks pretty good, and I know PSA grades the back of a card less harshly than the front. So let's go ahead and slip him in here. He also might have a slim shot at a 10. I think that the Grimer has the best shot of the ones that I've seen so far. It's funny because I don't need the Grimer. I think I already have him. So here's Dark Magcargo. Here is a Dark Gyarados. That's wonderful. Dark Gyarados non-holo. You know, the funny thing is, if this graded 10, I think this would still sell for a good flip. Here's Larvitar. And, you know, that's part of the fun, is just trying to see if you can break even on the pack, right? Larvitar, because when you go out and you spend $600 on a booster pack, you wonder if you get $600 of value out of the pack, you know. So opening cards is kind of like gambling a little bit. Dratini, you want to know if you lost your gamble or if the gamble was a good one for you. Now, we have 3 packs remaining, and I think I know what you guys would want me to do. You would want me to open those remaining packs and Spinarak. What I'll do, we'll reweigh them, and we'll open the heaviest light pack, but that's it. The last 2, I think, we will take those and send them off to grade as sealed booster packs. And I'll add to my sealed booster pack collection. So I'm taking the 3 packs. This time I won't tilt the camera because I'm a little lazy. You'll just have to trust me. 17.46 on this Tyranitar. He definitely will not grade 10. 17.47, just a tiny amount heavier. All right, and this one's super light. So, you know, I feel like we can for sure guarantee that these are light packs. I have no reason to open this Tyranitar, But just for the sake of fun, I'm going to open it for you guys. And then these 2 remaining packs will go to be graded as sealed product, or maybe I'll even offer them for sale in case you want a sealed product for your own collection. However, part of the reason why I say that is because I own those artworks already. So I have them, they're in my sealed collection already. So I don't necessarily need those 2 light packs, so I might offer them for sale so that you can have them in your collection instead. And but it just depends. I really, really, really like Team Rocket, so why would I do that? You know, you're supposed to collect the things that you like. We all like the same things. Then they start to go up in price. That's kind of how it works. One of the fears I have with Team Rocket, EX Team Rocket, is it's so rare that it never gets traded. So the price never moves around. You never see a new realized price because someone like me comes in and buys it all and says, I'm never getting rid of this. So you never see it move up in price. Nobody knows what the price is on it. Okay, so in this pack, we are not expecting a heavy pull. That means the best thing we could pull is a good reverse holo. There are some good reverse holos out there. You can get like a rare reverse holo. Maybe rare reverse holo Dark Dragonite would be probably at the top of my list of pulls. So that would be the best outcome in this pack. Again, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button. This is a $600 pack just for you guys, and we're pretty sure it's light. Sentret, Voltorb, Horsey, Ekans, Slugma Balls, and it's looking like a common. Hey, there we go, it's Coughing, Furret, Dark Flaffy, and this wonderful Togepi. I didn't know Togepi was an uncommon. All right, so this pack is just going to be a straight loss. It's thin on the right by too much. It's definitely too thin on the right. And he has a great looking artwork. I'll go ahead and put him into a card saver. It would make me very sad to find out the other 2 packs did have a Dark Dragonite in it. That's the temptation. That's why people struggle to keep a pack closed. But I'm going to practice some self-control, leave them sealed, and those 2 packs will be graded as sealed booster packs. Dark Flaffy. So that's 4 packs of Team Rocket returns at about $600 a piece, $2,400. Let's do a quick review to see if I've gained or lost on this opening. Slugma Balls. Here's Ekans. We'll just keep sleeving these up. I would love to open more Team Rocket returns. However, I really don't think I will be opening much more than this because it's so hard to obtain a heavy pack. Here's Voltorb and here's Sentret. However, if somebody had a sealed box of Team Rocket returns and wanted to sell that to me to open, I would consider it, especially if you're down for a trade, because I have plenty of cards to trade for that. There it is. Pretty big gamble, though, isn't it? You know, if I actually open a box of Team Rocket returns rather than leaving it sealed, that's what it's all about, though, right? All right, let's do a review. Again, we need $2,400 to make up for that opening. Sentret, Voltorb, Horsey, Ekans, Slugma, Togepi, Dark Flaffy, Furret, Spinarak, Coughing, Dratini. It's pretty cute. Remoraid, Larvitar, Dark Gyarados is definitely a hit. He can be sent out right away. And, you know, most importantly, he's also well-centered, it appears. Swinub, Houndour's pretty good. Wooper's decent. Houndour, Spinarak, Psyduck is a hit. He looks well-centered, too. Good. Zubat, Dark Dragonite. I'm sorry, Dragonair. It's looking a little off-center. Dark Houndoom is also looking pretty clean. So those are probably some of the best pulls there from the, from the non-holos. Let's get that Dratini, too. People like Dratini. Wooper. Yeah, Wooper looks okay. You know, if it's really off-center, I'll still grade it, but I probably won't be rushing to grade it, especially because of the cost of grading being so high these days. So these are not going to have a lot of value unless they grade with PSA, and we will have to put them away for now for a long time until PSA opens back up. I don't know how many years that's going to be. Hopefully someday. But we can't afford to spend $200 to grade each one of these, because then we'll really not break even. We will just go into debt. Here's the Psyduck. Psyduck's pretty popular. Some people really like Wooper. He's a pretty cute looking Pokies. So these are just the best non-holo pulls, and they can be prioritized for grading right away. Dratini. Dark Dragonair. And Dark Houndoom. Ahoo! Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say I made $75 a card. What would 6 by 75 be? I don't even know. $400 maybe, a little over that. Coughing, Dark Electrode, Grimer, Marowak, Gyarados, Togetic, Onix. Let's do a review of these as well. The Coughing is 2 off center. He's going to be 9. Dark Electrode. He's pretty off center on the back, but looks good on the front. See, we just don't know if that'll be a 10 or a 9. If that's a 10, that's great. If it's a 9, you know, it's going to be a weak 10 if it is a 10 too. That's the thing. But I guess with how low the population is, I would be okay owning a weak 10, to be honest with you. So here's Dark Marowak. He's fat on the bottom, thin on the top. And he's got a pretty clear white dot on the back. He's just not going to have a chance. Dark Gyarados. I would very much like this card to be a 10. He's got a shot. Come on, he's definitely got a shot. His biggest problem right now is he is too thin on the right, but the back of the card is so clean. Oh, man, I can't tell. I would very much like that to be a 10, but it's probably going to be a 9. Been grading cards long enough to know. Like, we need a ruler. That's what we need. We need a ruler. They have a grade standard. See, down here is off center as well, but this is definitely within 10 territory. This to this is much harder to tell. I want to say no. I think it's closer to being a 9 than a 10, but we'll see. Here's the Togetic. I believe Togetic had a white dot, right? Yeah. So the Togetic has this little guy, and that's like the start of a white dot. It's not like a full white dot, but the problem is it has that problem in all 4 corners. That's going to be a 9. And the Onix. Onix is looking pretty clean. He's got a similar problem to the Dark Gyarados where they are off-center. They're thin on the right and thick on the left. So similar to the Gyarados. I don't know, though. He's got this little thing right here. So I'm going to toss him over here. The Dark Gyarados is probably the most on the line. We've got 3 cards that might be 10s. Is the Grimer the closest? See, even the Grimer's like him, but... No, the Grimer's very similar, actually. Yeah, they all have the same problem where they're thin on the right. He's very clean on the back, just like the Gyarados. We'll find out. These will all be sent out to PSA when PSA opens up all the way. And we'll find out how nice they are to the cards. They could be very rough. These could all be 9s. If they are, I'll be totally shreked. I don't know if I'll make 2,400 back. I don't think I would. Out of the cards here, the most valuable ones by Pokemon would be the Dark Gyarados and the Togetic. People will want these in their collection. And then the rest of these are just okay. I think that probably the Onix will do well too. It's a surprisingly good-looking Onix to own, you know. And Onix is one of those, you know, he was like Brock's Pokemon. Dark Marowak, I don't know. Dark Electrode, I don't know. So these are the reverse, this is a reverse holo too, which is part of the reason why it would be a little more popular. It's got that stamp, the Team Rocket Return stamp. The Togetic doesn't have that. He just looks really nice. Really nice artwork. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of the pack opening. Sorry we didn't pull anything more exciting than those. I thought that it was okay. It could have been worse. Some of these look like they have a shot at a 10. It could have been the case that none of them even come close to a 10, and we could have just pulled trainers out of there, so it definitely could have been worse. I'll see you guys next time.